All right, Rick, thanks.
Yep.
Topping your headlines, police are still searching for a man who they say robbed a person at gunpoint.
The Springdale Police Department says the armed robbery happened Wednesday morning at Quick and Clean Laundry on North Thompson Street. Police say the suspect got into the victim's car, pulled out a gun, and was able to get away with cash. The suspect left in a dark pickup truck. Police say the suspect is an African-American man. They tell us he was wearing a black mask and dark clothing at the time of the crime. If you have information, you're urged to contact police.
New this morning, the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a sex offender. 65-year-old Rodney Moore has been convicted of rape, aggravated robbery, and kidnapping. Deputies say he failed to comply with the reporting requirements of the Sex and Child Offender Registration. Take a look at your screen. Moore is 5'7", weighs 160 pounds. He has brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have information about his whereabouts, call the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office.
6:03 now. The Northwest Arkansas Regional Planning Commission approving an amendment regarding the future of transportation in the region. The commission's policy committee will incorporate the Arkansas and Missouri Department of Transportation's established performance targets for safety, pavement condition, bridge condition, and travel time reliability. The Transit Asset Management Plan performance targets were also incorporated and adopted by the committee.
Today we're implementing some of the new federal planning, transportation planning requirements, and that all states across the nation are having to set performance measures and targets.
The adoption of the amendment is a show of support for the 2040 plan. The plan addresses the future of transportation needs across the country.
J.B. Hunt is driving into the future with a new fleet of vehicles. The company has added 5 all-electric medium-duty box trucks to its private fleet. This is another step for the company to reduce its carbon footprint. J.B. Hunt is the second national carrier to introduce e-Canter trucks in the United States. A light pole that fell during last week's severe storms has residents questioning the safety of one of its parks.
City leaders in Gravette say the light pole fell over near Pop Alum Park, and it has some wondering if other poles in the park should also be replaced. Jack Hunter says his children often play sports in those fields.
Right next to the dugout here for the fields, and then we've got the concession stands right over here. You know, what happens if that comes down during the middle of a game? You know, when you got kids all in the dugout, volunteers and kids in the concession stand. It's a major safety issue.
City leaders say the light poles were inspected in the fall. They tell us a few poles should be replaced in the near future. Empire Electric was hired to order and install the poles, but they have not yet come in.
Students at a Northwest Arkansas elementary school are getting involved with robotics. The third graders at Frank Tillery Elementary School in Rogers are participating in a robotics club thanks to the Northwest Arkansas Education Service Cooperative. The OzoBot kids are grouped into teams where they engineer and then code a robot that can complete different tasks such as picking up items and placing them in a new location.
I think my favorite thing is the coding. Me and my group have already started the brain, and we're really excited to code its little battery source.
You get to engineer them, and at the end you get to see if they work against the other teams.
The club meets once a week and is equipped by the Rogers Public Education Foundation.
Close to 6:06 now. If you're still in the market for a Christmas tree, there are a few things you may want to know.
KNWA today is in Kirka Azuka, live in Springdale to show us how to pick the right tree for your family. In Kirka, good morning.
Good morning, Chris and Caitlin. So I'm here at Shipley Farms in Springdale, which is one of the places in our area you can bring your family to pick a tree this season. And this morning I have with me Matthew Young, who is the owner here. So can you talk a little bit about the benefits of getting a real tree over an artificial tree?
The getting to go out and do it, to choose a tree, to take your family out to experience it, to have something new and different every year. It's all part of the Christmas season, the holiday spirit.
So we have a tree here, of course. What are some of the tips when it comes to choosing a tree?
Well, so when you go out to choose your tree, if you're going to have a bunch of heavy ornaments or a few light ornaments, your tree is going to help you be able to do that. So we've got here a lighter, softer tree that's very dense, and it's going to take your ribbons and the perfect decorated little light, fluffy tree. Or if you look at the tree behind you, that's a blue spruce tree. It's got heavier, denser limbs and more space in between. So if you're going to have a bunch bunch of homemade ornaments or heavy ornaments, that tree might be more appropriate. We've got 5 different varieties out here, so that's part of what you're going to be looking at when you pick your tree.
So why should people come to a Christmas tree farm as opposed to going to the woods and chopping one down themselves?
So you can pick a real Christmas tree. In Arkansas, as with many other states, there are only a couple of types of trees native that are even going to be close to a Christmas tree. So you're going to go and likely get that Charlie Brown tree that's going to have odd-shaped limbs and dead places. These trees were grown at Badger Tree Farms in Michigan, and they were shaped, and they've spent their whole 12 to 15 years preparing to be in your house for Christmas.
Thank you so much, Matthew. So later on in the half hour, we'll be talking about safety with having these trees in your home. Live in Springdale and Kirikazuka, KNWA Today, Northwest Arkansas News.
All right, good information in Kirika. We appreciate it. 6:08 on this Thursday morning, a star-studded musical is now playing at the Walton Arts Center.
We sit down with some of the cast of On Your Feet next. But first, let's check traffic with meteorologist Rick Catsby. How are the roads looking this morning, Rick?